Scene 1. Layla, 21, sits behind a customer service counter looking incredibly bored. There are signs on the counter depicting statements such as, "Our return policy is 90 days, and we are happy to assist customers with all needs." Typical guest service stuff. A man is at the counter talking to Layla.
I apologize for the inconvenience, sir, but I can place an order for you online and have the items shipped directly to your home by the end of the week.
End of the week? The full moon is in 2 days. Is there any way I can get it any sooner?
I'm sorry, but like I already said, our next shipment of extra-large wolf-proof bones isn't scheduled to come in until next Monday. I can check and see if any of our other locations have some left in stock.
Other locations? There isn't another location for 100 miles.
Yes, well, it's an unfortunate necessity given the International Secrecy Center's limitation on how many supernatural hotspots can exist in a certain radius.
Listen, little girl, I happen to work for the ISC, so I don't need you to explain their limitations. Just tell me where the nearest wolf bone is.
The Franklin location appears to have one left. Would you like me to reserve it for you?
Yes, I'd like you to reserve it for me.
Okay, you'll have until this time tomorrow to pick it up. I hope you have a great evening, sir.
The man growls and stomps off. Layla sighs tiredly, pulling her phone out and leaning on the counter. She doesn't notice when two people, a 43-year-old woman and a 20-year-old boy, walk in. The woman is power walking. She wears a full velour tracksuit. Layla looks up as she reaches the counter.
Excuse me, little missy.
Hi, Sandra. Need me to unlock the blood bank again?
The woman glares, offended that Layla has the audacity to use her name and that she guessed her complaint.
I simply do not understand why you lock it in the first place. It's inhumane.
You know we have to keep it locked, otherwise the kids get into it. Timmy Smithers almost scared a guy back to life last week.
Well, then you should just ban children.
From the superstore? Right, sure.
Layla pulls a key out and steps away from the counter. She notices the boy for the first time.
I'll be right back, sir.
Oh, no worries.
Layla and Sandra exit, and the boy, who had been hunched over tensely until now, finally relaxes. He starts looking at the sign, picking one up to examine it. He fiddles with his clothes and adjusts his glasses, etc., until Layla comes back alone.
And remember, Sandra, that's supposed to be a 1-month supply, not 3 days.
We hear a Karen-esque scoff. Layla returns behind the counter.
Sorry about that. How can I help you?
I saw a help wanted sign on the door. You guys hiring?
Yeah, we gotta replace the other customer service person. They had a nervous breakdown and had to be sent away for a while.
What?
I'm kidding. She went on maternity leave.
Oh, huh.
So you need an application? I've got one here that you can fill out, and I can probably have you hired in like 20 minutes.
Really?
Not a lot of people are clamoring for a job like this, especially when their other options are dragon tamer and heroic quester.
I hear questing isn't really all it's made out to be.
Tell that to the 98 Billius Buxley replica swords we sold today.
They're making replica swords now?
Oh, the swords are nothing. Wait until you spend 3 hours stocking Billius action figures that the Wizarding Toy Company enhanced to surprise attack. One tried to poke me in the eye last week.
You really are selling this job well.
I don't get paid to sell the job. I get paid to keep the customers happy.
Fair enough. So, that application?
Right. I just need some basic information first. Name? That's a hard one, I know.
No, it's William. William Baxter.
William Baxter. Huh. Okay. Age?
22.
Species?
Is that important?
It's mostly for insurance. Gotta be sure to keep the
Where people?
away from silver, the vampires away from blood, and the fae away from, well, let's just say you won't see me near a block of iron anytime soon.
So you're Faye.
Yep. And you are?
I'm part wizard, part siren.
Ooh, you're just like,
I know.
well, whatever. Doesn't matter here. Maybe you could use that voice to lure customers into not bitching at me.
I'm not any good at the whole luring bit. Males don't really take on that gene as strongly as females do.
Still, there's gotta be some persuasion in your blood.
I did convince you to give me this job application.
Fair enough. Got any job experience?
I worked for my dad a while as a handyman of sorts.
Very specific.
I can get him to write me a reference if you need.
Nah, I'm pulling your tail.
Sirens don't have tails, that's mermen.
I don't think they'd appreciate that description, but I like the sarcasm. It'll serve you well here.
Layla writes something on the application.
What are you writing?
Your skills?
I didn't tell you my...
You didn't have to. I know what you're going to say. Good with people, great time management, sarcastic attitude.
Hey.
Calm down, pretty boy. I'm kidding. I said you have a positive attitude.
Oh. Well, what if I have special skills?
Special skills that are relevant to a customer service job?
Yes.
Those don't exist.
Well, they could. I could be professionally trained in handling Karens.
Are you?
Well, no, but I could be.
Okay, I'll tell you what. When you get your Karen resistance training certificate, you can bring it in and I will add it to your file. Until then, just tell me when you're available to start.
I'm hired? Just like that?
Just like that.
But don't you need to consult the manager or something?
I can if it'll make you feel better. Hi, I'm the manager. Hi, manager. I have this application I'd like you to approve. Oh, thank you, Layla. You're welcome, manager. This application looks great. When can you start working?
I'm free tomorrow at noon.
Perfect. I will see you then.
The next day, Layla is once again behind the counter looking bored. The boy, aka William, walks in looking nervous.
Hey.
Hello there. Are you ready for your interview?
Interview? I thought I... You kidding? Right.
First rule of customer service, pretty boy. You gotta be chill.
Oh, I can do that.
Layla hands William a name tag and gestures for him to join her behind the desk.
We're gonna start you off pretty easy today. I'm only going to have you processing returns. All you have to do is ask for the customer to give you the item and the receipt. No receipt, no return, no exceptions.
Right.
Once they hand you those items, you'll just have to type in the number at the bottom of the receipt, select whatever item it is, and the computer will walk you through the rest.
Sounds easy enough.
Good, because you have your first customer.
A gaggle of teenage girls enters and walks up to the desk. One of them is holding a swimsuit.
Hi, I'd like to make a return.
Okay. Do you have a receipt?
The girl looks up to answer, but her mouth drops open instead and she squeals loudly. Layla, who had been watching from a distance, jumps.
Oh my Oberon, it's you!
What?
You're Billius Buxley.
What?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. I know those dazzling blue eyes anywhere.
And that hair, the way it swoops.
Layla narrows her eyes, looking over at a magazine stand nearby which features Billius on the cover. It's definitely the same guy.
Listen, I get mistaken for him a lot, but I swear that's not me. My name is Will.
The girls look unconvinced.
Come on, girls. You really think the Billius Buxley would be working here? He's famous.
Well, I guess that's fair.
Exactly. Now, do you have a receipt for that purchase?
The girl huffs but hands over her receipt without speaking. The transaction is completed and the gaggle leaves. William relaxes, thinking he's safe, but Layla grabs his face with one hand and holds the magazine up to it.
Holy Titania, it is you.
I can explain.
You better. How did I not catch you lying?
I didn't lie.
You said your name was William Baxter.
That is my name. Billius Buxley is just a hero name.
Layla pauses for a minute, thinking he's kidding.
Your hero name? Did you pick it out yourself?
Well, yes. Actually, I did.
Oh, of course. I should have known that no parent would be cruel enough to name their child Billius.
Hey, it's a cool name.
For an 80-year-old.
Well, no one else seems to have a problem with it.
He gestures to the display of Billius Buxley merch, which all has his name on it. Layla narrows her eyes at him as though she just now remembers the situation.
Right. So, Billius, you want to explain to me why you're currently working retail instead of, I don't know, questing?
Questing doesn't exactly pay the bills.
Layla's eyes narrow. He's lying.
Right. And the thousands of dollars you get from your hero merch isn't enough?
All that stuff goes straight to my dad. I don't even see it.
Your dad, as in...
Bill Baxter, the man, the myth, the manager.
Manager?
When he retired from his own life of questing, he started managing mine. He plans all my public events, merchandise, and I'm pretty sure he started the fan club.
That's, intense.
Baxters are an intense group, I guess.
Oh, really? 'Cause you have the intensity of a flower.
William makes a face like he has to use the bathroom, puffs out his chest, and lowers his voice an octave.
How about now?
Is that what you sound like when you're questing?
No. Maybe it works better with the sword and the armor.
I'm sure you're very scary. Which is good, because we've got some frightening customers to deal with.
So you aren't going to fire me?
Fire you? No. Slap your pretty little face on every flyer in the store? Probably.
No, you can't do that. My family doesn't know I got this job, and I need to keep it that way.
Okay, calm down. I was mostly kidding anyway. But can you tell me why it's so important you keep this a secret?
No,
Why not?
it's none of your business.
I'm your boss. That makes it my business. What if you're trying to use my store as a secret hideout where you commit dastardly deeds?
Why would I commit dastardly deeds? I'm a hero.
Maybe that's just what you want me to think. Maybe you're secretly Billius Buxley's evil twin brother determined to destroy him.
You aren't gonna let this go, are you?
You learn fast, hero boy.
Fine. I don't want my family to know because I haven't told them I'm done questing yet.
Done? Like, retired?
You could call it that, I guess. I'd like to look at it more as going in a different direction.
But questing seems so cool. You have international renown and you go on adventures and...
I spend months at a time alone in the dark trying not to get killed. Then, when you are done with the quest, you have to go on a press tour and sign autographs and listen to a bunch of people prattle on and on about how wonderful and brave you are for slaying a dragon that hasn't left the cave since 1980.
Oh. Never thought of that part.
Yeah, kinda gets old after a while. But my dad spent his whole life doing this and he loved it. Still does. How am I supposed to tell him that I would much rather be an ordinary guy?
I don't know. You could write him a card? Surprise! I quit my job and started working the superstore up the street.
I'll add that idea to the list.
Oh, or you could throw yourself a retirement party. Put "I'm done" on a cake or something.
Or I could just not tell him and let him believe I didn't fail him for a little longer.
Well, yeah, but where's the fun in that? You aren't. A failure, that is. I know I just met you and all, but...
Thanks.
Besides, questing so totally last year. The only people who really enjoy it now are those role-playing nerds and teenage girls who think you're hot.
Oh, don't remind me.
We gotta do something to make you less recognizable if you actually want to keep this job a secret.
What would you suggest?
Layla thinks for a minute.
Oh, I've got an idea.
She runs off stage and returns with a purple bucket hat that says Billius Buxley's #1 fan on the front.
No.
No one will suspect it's you, and it will promote our merchandise.
Absolutely not.
It's either this or we dye your hair.
Fine.